Hello and welcome to this new video. As mentioned last time, this time we will deal with the topic of active cooling. It was important for me that I can reach a large part of my viewers with this video. I was looking for methods that I think most can implement. Of course, the devices are sometimes very different and some will not work due to lack of space, but I hope I can help someone who looks for a possibility. Feel free to write it down in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing your opinion. First of all, we try to choose the right fan for your device. Here I have big fans, small fans, cheap fans, expensive fans, loud fans, quiet fans. You should know which fan you want. The choice of the fan is limited by the size of device. In one DIN device, such 60mm fan with 10mm height can be used. For a 2-DIN device without a CD drive, fans with 25mm height can be used. It is also important how much space you have in the radio slot. You can also mount fans on the case. This works for example with 1-DIN devices that are installed in a 2-DIN radio slot. Next, you should consider how to mount a fan in or on the radio. You can of course, if you have time and desire, make a hole in the original top cover yourself. But not everyone has the tools, the time and the desire to do this. Therefore, I designed the upper cover and printed it in 3D. As far as I know, there are only 3 different sizes: 99mm, 136mm and 132mm. So you have to measure your own size. I also put the 3D models on Thingiverse so everyone can print this top cover yourself. If someone doesn't have a 3D printer, he can also buy it from me. Here you can see that I tried different designs without a fan, for mounting different sizes of fans, an 80mm fan and 60mm fan. This is the final design which I upload to Thingiverse. Additionally, I have designed a variant that can be screwed directly onto my heatsink. Available in 40, 60 and 80mm. This is the final part for the 80mm. This is the part for the 60mm and this is the part for 30mm fans. The next thing to consider is the choice of power supply. You have the following options. You can use such an USB to 3-pin adapter for 5V fans. You can use this ANT/AMP cable for connecting a 12V fan. You can also use the ACC cable. You can also solder the wire directly onto the mainboard. Here we have a 7809 voltage regulator, but I'm not a fan of this method. If you choose a fan and connect it to 12V and the fan is too loud, you can use such a step-down converter and convert the voltage, for example, to 7V. You can also use such a voltage regulator, here for example 7808, to regulate the voltage to 8V. Also you can use such a normal fan control. If you use this method with USB and the fan doesn't start, that's because the voltage is too low. You can use such a step-up converter to convert the voltage to a higher one. So now you can choose the right power source for your fan. Here you can see fans that are work with 5V. These 40mm Xilence, 60mm Xilence and 80mm Xilence. Noctua has a complete line with 5V fans. Here you can see an advantage of an 80mm fan. The fan cools the whole device. The problem with the solution, if the fan is directly mounted onto the heatsink, is that no cold air can get into the device. If I remove the top cover, you can see that the temperature will be much lower. Here you can see how awesome the temperature drops. But the problem is, the most people do not want a device without a top cover. You can mount something like this or drill a big hole into your top cover. Now we make some funny stuff. We take the 80mm fan and replace it with a 130mm. Now we will see how the temperature changes. That was my video about active cooling. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, give the video a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, then subscribe to it. I upload the 3D model of the top cover to Thingiverse so everyone can reprint it at home. If someone does not have a 3D printer, you can also purchase the top cover and the fan holder from me. The links are all in the description. Bye and see you next time.